Right then, you're very welcome to McNamara Park. The second game is going to be underway in a few minutes time, and we'll have Leo and a special guest presenter here with him as well, as Pat Mac can't be in two places at the one time. But stay with us, you haven't missed anything. Teams are just having their chat and they'll be ready to go in 2 or 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, and as Luke said, you're very welcome here to Father McNamara Park for our second Championship game live here on Scariff Bay Community Radio today in association with Derek Credit Union and our outside broadcast sponsored by Mike Long Construction. First of all, it's congratulations to the Cardini through Clonlara, who defeated Fecal Ogundo on a scoreline of 216 to 111. We're here for this very important winner take all game here between Scariff Ogundo and Newmarket and Fergus, a repeat of last year's county semi-final, which Newmarket come out on top in the end. in a very close, tense struggle. Here it's Scariff Ogonnelloe come on the back of victories over St. Joseph's and Kilkishen-Bodyke, and Newmarket coming on the back of a victory over Kilmaley and an unexpected loss maybe last week to Kilkishen-Bodyke. I'm joined once again in co-commentary today by former Scariff coach, a man who has been central to all that has been good about Scariff Ogonnelloe Camogie, was coach when they won the Munster Championship and still are the reigning Munster club champions. It's Pat Minogue. Pat, you're welcome once again.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Interesting to say the least, Pat.
Yeah.
This is going to be a real dogfight.
Yeah, a strong breeze blowing down towards the, what you might call, the Clooney end of the pitch, or down away from the town. Looking at Newmarket, they still haven't got their team, but they appear to have all the big guns ready to fire.
Yeah, they've all the big guns ready to fire, Pat, and as expected, not releasing their team until the very last minute. Yeah. So it's going to be, we wait and see what positions they take up in the field. They said they hadn't finalised, but keep their cards close to their chest. We'll give you the liner for Scariff Ogonnelloe. A number of changes on the Scariff Ogonnelloe team from as on their programme. In goals, it's Rachel Daney, Bonnie Wiley Murphy, Susan Daly, Alison McGee is the full back line, Rachel Minogue, Ciara Doyle and Susan Fahan is the half back line, Amy Barrett and Linda Daly, Ileana Parker, Leisha O'Donnell, Maria Scanlon, Jennifer Daly the half forward line, with Elva Rogers, Aisling Corbett and Abby Walsh is making up the full forward line. And Pat, a number of changes on the Scariff team, and also by the reintroduction of Susan Fahan, who will be a major plus to this team.
Yeah, especially against if the market have that breeze. Susan's ability in the air will be crucial in the half-back line on the puck outs, because Tara McCarthy has a good puck out, and also Susan's strength. And normally when she plays wing back behind Jennifer Daly, she gets the ball in over Jennifer, and Jennifer runs onto it. Because Jennifer, I think, has struggled when the ball has been dropping down top of her, but this is going to be a dogfight.
And Pat, there's never been anything much between Scariff Ogonnelloe and Newmarket, and they can bring out the best or bring out the worst in either team. And I suppose the pressure is on Newmarket and Fergus today. They have to pick up a victory here, or really their championship aspirations are over for this year.
Newmarket, the way the championship is turning out, they have to win today, or at least get a draw. If Scariff Ogonnelloe lose, they have to play Kilmaley, and they could they could still end up on 6 points. But this is a county final for Newmarket, and I expect them to respond accordingly. And
Pat, I suppose you have to give credit to Newmarket. The resilience they've shown throughout the years. They've been in many a battle, and people have wrote them off time and time again. But they've defied all logic, and they're here back again today. And you can see where they've set up. Their warm-up have been quite intense. They look like a very, very close bunch, as they must be over there to keep getting results there. So you expect them to come out with all guns blazing, Pat.
But last year they lost to the Kilkishen-Bodyke, and they came back in the next round and beat Kilmaley, Blow and Shannon in the downpour, when all that was needed and even was just dug it out. It was lash and rain, and they dug it out and they won. And there's always one big game in the market over the last couple of years. I see Roisin McMahon out there. She looks like she's going into the half forward.
Yeah, she's going in centre forward. We'll take up we'll give the team as soon as they take up their positions. I see Ciara McCarthy making her way down to the goals, Cal O'Leary making her way down to full back.
Kaiser's gone centre forward, or gone midfield.
Ellen Casey is in at cornerback anyway, so we'll bear with us. So have a bit of patience with us as we kind of take up the numbers here.
Cal O'Leary's gone in full back. Tiny Hayes has gone full forward.
Aoife Griffin is at wing back.
Number 19 is Zoe McInerney's gone corner forward.
Nikki Kaiser is Ilana Parker.
Ginny Kiley, Amy McInerney is where?
And the game is on. The ball in from Amy Barrett out to Ciara Doyle. Ciara Doyle gets a quick ball in towards Elva Rogers. Elva Rogers being marked by Anya O'Brien. Elva trying to get the ball up for Scariff Ogonnelloe. She gets away from Aoife Griffin. Here comes Elva going straight through, trying to offload the ball to Maria Scanlon. Maria Scanlon with a chance. Oh, and an early shot. And I'm not sure what Andy is doing there. Andy, who'll be quite comfortable doing the games from the market. He has refereed all their challenge games in this circuit. And again, Andy setting down a marker. There was definitely a foot trip there and no free given. And the game resumes with the ball out here towards Michelle McMahon. Michelle McMahon drops it down towards Roisin McMahon. Roisin McMahon, who hand passes that off out towards Katie O'Flanagan. Katie O'Flanagan holding Ciara Dial off there, but the ball is picked up by Amy Barrett. Amy Barrett for Scariff O'Gunlow. Scariff O'Gunlow hitting the ball in towards the town goals. The ball goes in towards Aisling Corbett, in towards Abby Watch. Corbett has it, but the ball drops out of her hand and it's cleared away by Ellen Casey. Ellen Casey and us pushing the back there. I tell you, Andy is setting down a marker. This game is going to be just let go, and the ball comes out the field. Gets the ball out to Kaiser. Kaiser for Noarca. Gets the ball, drives it down towards Bonnie Wiley Murphy and Ginny Kelly. The ball go over the head, but Susan Daly comes out in front of Tiny. Here comes Susan Daly, drives this ball up towards the sister is Jennifer, and Jennifer Daly, a high pull there by Nikki Kaiser, a tip in the hurley, lets it go. The ball comes out to Kaiser, out towards Ginny Kelly. Good low ball in from Kelly, in towards Tiny. Anne-Marie Hayes going taking on Susan Daly, a shot, and there's the first score of the game over the bar from Anne-Marie Hayes. Quite economical, but Pat, a couple of very dubious decisions here in those early stages.
I think Maria Scanlon was pulled down, there's no question about it. She was pulled down side in the square. If I was on the sideline, I'd be shouting at Andy and if I was on the sideline.
But the game scores. The game continues. It's 1 point to no score in favour of the Newmarket and Fergus. Good point from Tiny Hayes. Good puck out from Rachel Daly. Gets out ball out towards Linda Daly and Nikki Kaiser. But the ball who comes out, and here come the Newmarket coming all guns blazing. It comes out to Roisin McMahon, or Roisin McMahon gives it out to number 20 Equiva Lally comes in, a shot from Zoe McInerney, but there's a tail in that one, out to the left hand side and gone wide. The sun beginning to break out here in further McNamara Park, and a puck mark for Rachel Daly, the Scariff O'Gunlow goalie, who's in her debut season as the Scariff O'Gunlow goalie. Where's she going to go with this one? Goes to far side, hits it up into the air, looking towards Amy Barrett, but the ball is caught there in the middle of the field by Susan Vaughan gets the ball up towards Leisha O'Donnell. Leisha O'Donnell tries to go down on the ball, but she's beaten in up by Ellen Casey. Gets the ball down towards Zoe McInerney. Zoe McInerney gets away from Alison McGee. Here comes Zoe McInerney, but the ball is dropped by Zoe, but she goes back to Garda. Going to switch this play across towards Jennifer Kelly and Bonnie Wiley Murphy. It's the experience and the youth and pushing it back, and very much the same thing as what happened above in the first half. But Andy quite quick to blow the whistle on this occasion, quite correctly. A free in for Newmarket and Fergus, 30 metres out. Free out going to be taken by, it looks like it's Zoe McInerney is the Newmarket free taker, but hopefully Jennifer Kelly has her hands in her head. Hopefully that she hasn't picked up anything serious. A dual player and a great servant to Newmarket, Pat.
Yeah, Newmarket have been making progress already. The two corner forwards are very lively, and they're pulling players out. Bonnie doesn't know whether she's going out or whether she's staying put, and even Alison McGee was pulled out 50 yards there at that time.
Yeah, and Scariff O'Gunlow being dragged out. Jennifer Kelly. So we'll try and make up the Newmarket team. Is Ciara McCarthy is in goals. Ellen Casey and Carla Leary are in the full back line. Looks like it's Amy McInerney is over in the far side of the field. The half back line is Anya O'Brien, Laura McMahon. Looks like is
Aoife Griffin, I think.
Aoife Griffin is in the half back line. Nikki Kaiser is in the middle field with Katie O'Flanagan. Roisin McMahon is definitely at centre forward. Michelle McMahon is this side. Nikki Kaiser is in the middle field. Ginny Kelly and Marie Hayes, and looks like Casey Toomey is in the full forward line. So bear with us.
No, Zoe is full forward. I say Kaiki could be out in the wing. It looked like Zoe was.
Yeah, Quivalelli is definitely out in the half wing forward position, so it's a free for Zoe McInerney, as we said, 10-15 metres in from the sideline here, as Newmarket hitting down towards the Clooney end of the field here. They're already 1 point to no score up, make that 2 points in no score. She splits the post. Newmarket and Fergus 2 points. Scariff O'Gunlow yet to score. Newmarket will be quite happy with that start, Pat.
Oh, absolutely. That Newmarket are up for this, and that's the way it's going to be.
And a puck out from Jennifer Daly, for Rachel Daly, but good play by Rachel Minogue. She had to be alive to that situation. That was a poor puck out. The ball comes in. Ciara Dial gets it there to Rachel Minogue. Rachel Minogue trying to get it up, but the ball is going to be caught by Katie O'Flanagan. And a pull back there on Linda Daly by Katie O'Flanagan. Amy Barrett taking the free, hits this ball quick in towards the corner, in looking for Elva Rogers. Elva Rogers gets out in front of Anya O'Brien. Here comes Rogers, gets the ball, pops the ball off to Aisling, out to Jennifer Daly, shot.
Nice
Gohar and Dressnawn bear back to the minimum with 2 points for Newmarket, 1 point for Scariff O'Gunlow, and a score that Scariff O'Gunlow needed, Pat.
Yes, good play from Alva. Alva started the way she finished off last week, winning possession. She needs to go straight instead of going across the field a bit. Do you know what I mean? But she really, look, she's the first 3 balls won that she went up for.
Great puck out there from Ciara McCarthy.
Somebody needs to drop back.
And the ball blocked by Rachel Minogue out to Jennifer Daly. Jennifer Daly gets away from Aoife Griffin, puts the ball up into the corner towards Rogers. This must be a ply from Scariff Gunlow to get the ball into Elva Rogers. Elva fight, kind of a high tackle by Aoife Griffin, gets away with it, gets the ball in towards Scan inside, who's now playing at centre forward. Centre forward being marked by Laura McMahon. Elva Rogers getting again, being very, very busy in these early stages, being held up there by the good play by Nikki Kaiser. Kaiser coming out. What a servant this lady, a great player for Newmarket and Fergus. And unorthodox style, gets the ball blocked down there by Ciara Doyle. Ciara Doyle out to Rachel Minogue. Rachel Minogue gets the ball away, run by Roisin McMahon, but the ball comes in towards Linda Daly. Rachel Minogue trying to get it up. Roll lifting it, maybe not the ideal thing to do, but Susan Vaughan tries to cut, but it's Roisin McMahon, and Susan Vaughan she goes over her own player there, trip there. Oh, and a charge there by the number 10, gets away with it, but gets the ball out to Jennifer Kelly, and a dangerous ball in towards Rachel Daly, who polices that ball out wide. Look, we don't want to talk about the referee, Pat, but he's making some very funny decisions in these early stages. Both sides.
Yeah, he's letting everything go. There's no question about it. He's not pulling. Something similar to the Scariff Ina match 2 years ago. He let that game go and he's letting everything go here tonight.
A good puck out from Rachel Daly into the breeze. Rachel Minogue puts up her hand for it. There with Amy Barrett. We're right out here in the left wing back position. And Andy's going to tell you body's going to ground. There was Katie Flanagan and Amy Barrett getting to know one another quite well in these early stages. And the ball going to be thrown in between Michelle McMahon and Minogue. Minogue does well. Switches the ball across. Great ball from Minogue up into the corner. Up towards Elva Rogers. Elva Rogers gets out. Her player beats her on this occasion. Her player goes out. Doesn't go out over the line. I don't think there's a lines person here either, and that ball goes out over the top. Great ball from McMahon down, but it's going to be picked up by the fullback. The fullback is Susan, pushed in the back, and Susan, and then Flanagan, Marie Hayes has gone in, a shot, gets the ball in, but blocked there by Alison McGee. I thought it was Newmarket had plenty of grounds there for a free on that occasion. Ball out to Linda Daly gets it out towards Ciara Doyle switches a great ball across the field to Susan Vaughan drives this ball up into the air. The breeze going to hold it. It comes down towards Corbett. It's blocked down. Corbett trying to hold the ball. Scanlon trying to get the ball for Scariff Gunlow. As she does, she's cutting in at the 21. And Murray, great block down there by Carol O'Leary. Great to see Carol O'Leary on the field and playing for Newmarket and Fergus. The ball, Murray coming back out in the wrong direction, trying to pick it up. She's now out in a wing forward position, trying to, no room for fancy tip-tapping out here. The ball is gone to ground. Amy Barrett trying to get up for Scariff Gunlow. Queven Lady trying to get up for Newmarket. The ball breaks in inside, and who is it? Is it Carol O'Leary? He's going to come out for Newmarket and Fergus. And here comes Carol O'Leary, and a ball goes out over the line. There's a linesman on the far side. You know, I heard Pat McNamara in the earlier game, so there was no umpires down in Ogunlow, and no lines person here in Father McNamara Park. But a tough, hard physical game. 2 points to 1.
Murray trying to flick up a ball off the ground in those conditions, it won't work today.
And the ball out to Abby Walsh. Abby Walsh releases the ball back out to Barrett. Barrett, who had a great game at centre forward last Saturday here, and she levels the scoring here in Father McNamara Park. Great, cool, calculated play there by Amy Barrett, and Abby Walsh has 2 points for Scariff Gunlow, 2 points to the market.
Great score from Amy.
But great play from Abby Walsh. Cool, calculated play. She really released the ball. Puckamock, Ciara McCarthy goes long on this occasion. Drives the ball out towards Vaughan. Vaughan puts up the hand. Tremendous catch from Vaughan. Gets the ball in towards Scanlon. Scanlon goes down it, but lets the ball pass her away. And the ball comes to Laura McMahon. But here comes Scanlon. Scanlon is being held up there. A kind of a high challenge there, but the ball goes back to Nikki Kaiser, who gives it back to McMahon. McMahon drives it down towards Zoe. Zoe puts up the hand, switches the hands, gets out in front of Alison McGee. That's great play from Zoe. That'll be a top class score. Unfortunately, the finish didn't match the link up play, but great play by Zoe McInerney and Rachel Daly in a particular hurry to puck out the ball into this breeze. Not the ideal thing. Pushing the back there by Linda Daly on Michelle McMahon. The eagle-eyed Andy McMahon spotted that one, and
Zoe McInerney is drifting very far out the field, and she's pulling Alison McGee out from corner back. So it's going to be interesting to see what Scariff are going to do. Scariff are going to do with this.
Yeah, it's a free 50 metres out from the Scariff Gunlow goal, and Zoe McInerney. So he was already split the post with one immaculate free here in the early stages. It's 2 points all. Coming up at 10 minutes in a broadcast brought to you association with Derek Credit Union and our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction. Here comes Zoe. She strikes it rather well, and she strikes it, in fact, she strikes it absolutely perfect. Centre of the post, 3 points to 2. Zoe McInerney going well in the freeze, Pat.
Going very well, and that was 60 yards out, and she nailed it.
And a puck mark there, Rachel Daly. Rachel is in a very, very particular hurry to puck out this ball very quick. Gets the ball down towards Abby Walsh, the young player. Abby in at corner forward today. Oh, she's been close to the ground on that occasion. Leisha O'Donnell for Scariff O'Gunlow gets the ball out. Leisha gets the ball out, releases the ball out towards Barrett. Barrett playing well at centre field. Gets the ball in towards Corbett and Elva Rogers. The ball goes in. Carol O'Leary and Aisling Corbett inside. They're battling two of the great servants of Clare Camogie. The ball is on the edge of the square. Who's going to come out with this one? Is Scanlon trying to get up for Scariff O'Gunlow, but the ball comes out to Abby Walsh. Here comes Abby Walsh. Abby Walsh releases the ball back out to Scanlon and over the bar from the stick of Mairead Scanlon. Abby Walsh doing very well, Pat.
Abby's gone centre forward, Mairead has gone into the corner. Abby did exceptionally well there. She didn't try taking her shot on. She looked around and Mairead had dovetailed back out around and a fine score. 3
points all here in Father McNamara Park. The clouds beginning to hover here on Father McNamara. McCarthy, Ciara with the puck out. Great puck out, looking for Jennifer Kelly. Good touch from Kelly. Gets away from Bonnie Wiley Murphy and in comes Nikki Kaiser. Kaiser causing problems. Ball going down very close to the sideline. The ball goes in where it's Susan Daly. Susan Daly, her touch not the best on this occasion. Gets away out. Could be penalised for over carrying. Doesn't gets away with it, but here she comes again. Susan Daly breaking out of the challenge and goes to ground. I think a perfectly fair decision, Pat. She had carried it a long way.
She should have given the pass to Amy.
Yeah, and the players were outside her and picked for over carrying. No, she maybe got a push, but definitely plenty of room to get rid of the ball. I see Roisin McMahon now gone into the full forward line, and I think Ciara Doyle has gone in after her, Pat.
If you also notice on their puck, on the American puck outs, they're pulling the wing backs out of position and trying to hit Ginny Kelly on the puck outs. The last 2 puck outs, say Rachel was the wing back, she had got followed her marker and the ball had been driven down here in front of Ginny Kelly.
And here comes Zoe McInerney, strikes this one again. She's red hot on the frees here today. 3 out of 3 for Zoe McInerney. Maybe not known as a free taker, but she'll be well known after today. It's Newmarket who go into the lead once more, 4 points to 3. Great puck out from Rachel Daly on this occasion. Gets it out, but it's caught out there on the far side of the field. But it's Leisha O'Donnell trying to get it for Scariff O'Gunlow. It comes to Linda Daly. Linda Daly puts the ball in towards the corner to Mairead Scanlon. Mairead Scanlon gets out in front of Amy McInerney. Here comes Mairead. A shot. This is a dangerous ball in on top of Ciara McCarthy, but it goes out to the sanctuary of the in line, out to the right hand side of the goals as Ciara McCarthy looks out and gone wide. The score remains 4 points for Newmarket and Fergus, 3 points for Scariff O'Gunlow. 13 minutes gone here in the first half.
Should put across the one. Amy had made a great run, no one on her.
Yeah, and that's the difference. We have to make the runs. We now have a linesman here in Father McNamara Park, and I'm not too sure. Jennifer Kelly now. Jennifer Kelly picked up an injury here in the early stages, and I did see her father going down to quiz as to her whereabouts. I hope that whether she hit the ground is she seems a bit dizzy. Pat, look at the one thing you don't want to see a player.
It looks to be something on her mouth. I saw her pulling her lip or something there. I'm not sure. It's unfair to say we don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, and a tremendous sporting family, the Kellys. Her father was a tremendous handballer and probably still is a tremendous handballer, to be fair. Her mother was a great support to all the GA and Camogie in the market, and this doesn't look good for Jennifer. And she's also, as we said, a top class footballer. I'd say if they turn to hand to anything, she'll be very good at it. I hope. It doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good, and you don't want. There is a bit of concern there for Jenny Kelly, and rather gingerly picking her, and Pat, she's making her way off, unfortunately, and looks like, is it Claude O'Halloran is the player that's coming on?
It looks like Claude O'Halloran.
She's not going to
weaken the setup
by any stretch of the imagination. No, it's Casey Toomey is coming on. Sorry, we misread it. So Casey Toomey, a tremendous young player for Newmarket and Fergus. So the game is going to restart.
The one thing, our half-back line haven't had the impact yet that I thought they might be having. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the puck out from Ciara McCarthy. Good puck out from McCarthy. Gets the ball down towards Rachel Minogue. Rachel Minogue blocks it down well. The ball comes in, and it comes into Katie O'Flanagan. Now, if that was over carrying, without doubt, Andy. And I tell you, Amy Barrett and Katie O'Flanagan beginning to get. No, Katie O'Flanagan has left in the hurley 2 or 3 times and left in a shoulder a couple of times in there on Amy Barrett. So. Look at there she goes again, elbowing again, and Andy is going to have to get on top of this because it is not something you want to see on the field of play. But it's
and the other thing is there, when the ball's blocked down, They had 3 on the break, but let's see how it goes again.
And a great ball in towards Rogers. Rogers trying to get the ball up. It comes into Aisling Corbett. Corbett trying to make her way in. Gets the ball out. Kind of a rather loose hand pass there from Aisling, but it goes into the corner. But it's going to be picked up by Michelle McMahon. Back in her own wing back in Jennifer Daly for Scariff Gunlow. Jennifer, she gets away from Anya O'Brien. Here comes Jennifer Daly going across. A lovely low ball in, but McCarthy, the goalie, comes out. McCarthy drops the ball. And a rather loose free again given by Andy McMahon.
I think she got a sympathy vote there.
I think it was a sympathy vote, and look, at every goalie deserves a break at some stage, but there's no doubt about it. And she clears the ball out of her hand, gets this ball out towards Zoe McInerney and Susan Vaughan. Vaughan does well, gets the ball up to Barrett. Barrett does well, being fouled there by Katie Flanagan again, and a high tackle on this occasion by Katie Flanagan, and still no word of warning from Andy McMahon on this occasion. And you know, Pat, fouls like this that have been let off can lead to a lot of niggly stuff.
But the one thing is now Amy has got a free offer. If he gets the second one, the ref will be on her
case.
So Amy walked away, which was the right thing to do.
So 50-metre free, direct in the Lorna Parker here for Mairead Scanlon. It's 4 points to 3 in favour of Newmarket and Fergus. And here comes Mairead with this free. She strikes it rather well, and without doubt, that's a tremendous free.
That's a superb point.
Marvellous free, but well made by
well done by Amy Barrett.
Amy Barrett, and a puck coming out
right on the
water break. 4 points all, Pet. Your summation after the first quarter.
Look, we said before, this is going to be a dogfight at the end, and that's the way it's going. The Market have got 3 scores from frees and 1 point from play. I think we have got 2 and 2. So
50-50. Yeah,
there's one thing: the Market have a strong breeze behind them. Well, I wouldn't say strong, but it's a nice breeze.
Yeah, it is an advantage playing down towards the Clooney Queen goals. But you know, Pat, Newmarket, they're dying with their boots on. There's no about in these early stages. Look, it's a do or die game for them. Now, results can go their way and they can stay in the championship. But you know what Newmarket, they will want to win this game. And you know, the breeze is swirling and blowing across. But Scariff Gunlow, you know, look, they'd be quite happy they'd have taken this after the first quarter.
Alva's doing well a corner forward. Hopefully Jin will get going. She's doing okay. Mairead wasn't doing brilliantly on Laura McMahon, but she's looks as if she's getting on well in the corner.
Yeah, but I suppose the plus for Scariff Gunlow here in the first half has Barrett in midfield, Amy Barrett, look at a tremendous player, and definitely Abby Walsh at corner forward, now centre forward, very young, promising player, dictating the play.
And the big plus for them, I think, is the way that Zoe McInerney has started. She's won a lot of possession on the far side, and she has scored her frees. And it's, you know, we're looking there now at Ginny Kelly being
it's not a sight you'd wish to see anybody. And Jennifer Kelly, you know, being helped over by a member of the management, and her father is over there as well. And is it a shoulder? She's been linked away.
Been linked to the dressing room.
But hopefully, it's only a minor detail, and you know that Jennifer will be hopefully, you know, fully recovered sooner rather than later. And we wish her the very, very best in that. It's not something you wish to see of any team. And this game is going to be restarted with the Puckamock from the Coolborough. It's Ciara McCarthy. This broadcast is brought to you association here from Father McNamara Park in association with Derg Credit Union, and our outside broadcast is also sponsored by Michael Long Construction. So we'll wait as Jennifer makes her way across the pitch here for Newmarket out to the sideline, and hopefully get the care that she needs. And
Ciara McMahon now is gone corner forward. Ciara's gone with her. Alison McGee's gone wing back. Susan Vaughan has gone centre back.
Yeah, so
it looks like Ciara's doing a marking job, and Roisin
McMahon, you know, who's had one of the top camogie players in Clare for a long time, has given great service, can change a game at the top of a pin. That great puck out from McCarthy again out the far side, but he's going to break out to Barrett. Barrett's playing very well in the middle of the field. That ball goes in over the top between Amy McInerney and Mairead Scanlon. They'd know one another quite well. Amy, you know, who's now living out in East Clare, but the ball goes down to ground is Amy, the teacher in Limerick in LCFE. The ball goes to ground. And I'm not too sure. I thought, look, we might give out about Andy on the freeze, but maybe she got the push in the back. But I think
she threw the wall.
I think it was a foul hand pass by Amy. She was being well held by Mairead Scanlon in the defensive role as a corner forward, and a chance for Mairead. This is 21 on the 21 metre line, but just out on the far sideline here, on the far side here from our combat position. We're on the road end here. Mairead is right over on the far side, right on the 20 metre line, just on the sideline. Can Mairead put Scariff Gunlow now into the lead here for the first time here in Father McNamara Park today. She strikes it rather well, but there's a tail in it. It goes out to the right hand side as Ciara McCarthy looks out and gone wide. The score remains Newmarket and Fergus. It's 4 points. It's Scariff 4 points, and we're gone 17 minutes here in this first half. McCarthy with the puck out, looking for Zoe McInerney. Zoe is going to drop the hand. The ball goes up. It comes to Susan Vaughan, but it comes to Jennifer Daly. Jennifer Daly gets away. Oh, a rather late challenge there by Michelle McMahon. Elva Rogers goes to ground there. Elva trying to get up for Scariff Gunlow. She's been chased by Anya O'Brien. Elva going into the corner. Elva doing very well. Gets the ball into Corbett. Corbett does well. Tries to take on Carol O'Leary. Gets hit to the ball. That's a dangerous high ball from Bobby across. Who's going to watch the break? The break breaks down. A shot. Who's going to? But it's only. He's kicked out. They play football out there in the market as well, and the ball is going to come out towards Alison McGee. But it's Barrett. It's Barrett for Scariff Gunlow. Releases the ball out to Jennifer Daly. Jennifer Daly loses this ground, but being robbed. But Barrett is in, and they've lost it. But Jennifer loses it. The ball is hot. Barrett gets it on at pace, going through the middle for Scariff Gunlow. Who is it? It's Abby Walsh. Abby Walsh is being hit high there. Here comes Abby Walsh. She goes down to ground, trying to get up the ball. Is Abby. Here comes Abby Walsh going in for Scariff Gunlow. Gets the ball into Jennifer Daly. Jennifer Daly. I think the jerseys are a bit similar at times, and they're running into tackles. The ball goes out to Leisha O'Donnell. It's Leisha O'Donnell and Ellen Casey. O'Donnell trying to get away from Casey. Puts the ball in towards Amy McInerney and Mairead Scanlon. Here comes Scanlon. She's taken on Amy McInerney. Scanlon, a shot. Well, great block down when the ball is good save inside by the goalie McCarthy. Oh, and I think she's...
Oh,
I question that decision on behalf of Newmarket and Ferguson. Oh no, she's a free for... I'm not too sure. He gave a free for overcarrying, and then he gave a free out. I'm not too sure. Andy is getting the signals all mixed up, but the ball comes across towards Michelle McMahon. Michelle, who was a very promising underage player, gets the ball across towards Ciara Doyle and Roisin McMahon. Doyle gets out from the now in at corner back. The ball, Ciara Doyle does very well. Here she comes, gets the ball coming across the middle, and a high pull there by Roisin. Not sorry, we can't be blaming Roisin on this occasion. It was Quiva Lally, and Ciara Doyle hits the free quick, but he's making her take it from a different position. The ball was with Leisha O'Donnell, and I'd say he's going to throw in the ball on this occasion. Oh no, he's given
free. He's given the free. But that
funny decision. But look at
he's letting a lot of challenge. He's letting it clear himself that free, and it's an important free because Roisin came in high. So two of their I've called senior players now have been pulled for frees, Katie Flanagan and Roisin McMahon, and I think Mairead is doing okay at corner forward now. Oh no, she left that ball behind her. But
the ball is cleared up by Amy McInerney. The ball comes out to the middle of the field. It's Zoe McInerney being tackled there by Amy Barrett. Susan Vaughan, Linda Daly. Amy Barrett does very well. Amy gets the ball back to Rachel Minogue. Rachel Minogue will not mess around with it by any matter of means, and switches the ball across. The ball goes across towards Quiva Lally, but it comes out to Laura, brilliant striker is Laura McMahon, and this ball is gone in over the top, going over the head of Susan Daly, and Tiny Hayes does a player loose, but a great block down there by Bonnie Wiley Murphy. That was a brilliant block down. The ball comes in towards the corner. Susan Vaughan for Scariff Gunlow trying to get it out. We're right on the centre forward position. The ball comes in. Bonnie Wiley Murphy does well, but the ball comes out to Tiny Hayes. Tiny releases the ball back out. That's a good shot from the Newmarket and Fergus. That's a great shot from Newmarket. That's over the bar from the stick of Michelle McMahon. 5 points to 4 in favour of the Newmarket and Fergus. It's a very tight game, Pat.
Yeah, well, look, we had two chances to get the ball in on the half forward line, and we missed about it. Mairead should have picked it up. She would come under the one hand. These sticky conditions, you've got to go down with the two hands today and get up the ball.
Great puck out from Daly into that breeze, whatever breeze. Linda Daly not getting as much ball as she does other days. Leisha O'Donnell kicks the ball to the sanctuary of the sideline. It's the Newmarket 5 points. It's Scariff Gunlow 4 points. Unfortunately for our other East Clare representatives today, Killanena went down to True Clonlara, so True Clonlara now have 4 points on the board in that championship, and looks like it could be themselves and Kilnamona coming out of that group. This one is anyone's game. It's a line ball going to be taken by Laura McMahon. She normally cuts them, and she doesn't let us disappoint. The ball goes into the middle where it comes out to Casey Toomey, Scariff Gunlow player, but Susan Vaughan at centre back clears that ball out. Oh, good play by McMahon getting the ball away, clears this ball down, going to be down towards Bonnie Wiley Murphy. Susan Daly goes to ground. And a push in the back there by Anne-Marie Hayes. Good experienced play by Susan Daly. Susan Daly clears it, tap, passes this ball up. Going to be blocked down towards Elva Rogers. Elva coming through for Scariff O'Gunlow. A shot from Elva. She shoots from out the field, but it goes, there's a tail in it, and it goes out to the left hand side again as we look in at the goals and gone wide. And Scariff O'Gunlow guilty of missed chances.
We have four poorish wides hit today. That was no. We ended up with nobody inside. You say that Newmarket are kind of bossing the game physically at the moment.
Yeah, and Scariff O'Gunlow now have Ciara Doyle back out at centre back with Alison McGee gone back in on Roisin McMahon. But we'll see what remains. The puck out from Ciara McCarthy goes out towards Rachel Minogue. Brilliant catch by Minogue as she clears. It comes up along the far side, on the near side of the field here, but lets the ball go behind her. She's picked up by Michelle McMahon. Goes out over the line. The linesman puts up the flag. It's going to be line ball for the market. Pat Minogue, Rachel Minogue playing very well at left half back. Pat.
Yeah, maybe she should have laid it off with the hand when they were coming in top. But she did well to win it and go 40 yards of it. So that was
very versatile player, a very unassuming player, very underrated player. Great ball from Barrett in towards the corner, but the forward not alive to the situation there. Carol O'Leary is alive as always to the situation and clears that ball, but Aisling Corbett with a great hook. We're up in the far corner and a push in the back by Aisling Corbett and a free out for Newmarket and Ferguson. Scariff O'Gunlow making it that bit easy for Newmarket and Ferguson here in these early stages. There seems to be another sub coming out for Newmarket. The ball is blocked out, comes out towards Amy Barrett. Barrett is pulled back there on this occasion and they're pushing it back. Andy McMahon, I'm not too sure what Andy McMahon saw on that occasion. It was Amy Barrett went to ground. Andy McMahon sees something that the rest of us didn't see. It was Amy Barrett went to ground since the Scariff O'Gunlow player was pushed, but Andy saw it quite differently. And a free for Zoe McInerney just here about 50 metres out right on the sideline here. And Andy makes his way down towards the 21. Andy was out early today refereeing on the 13 final.
I'd like to see Ciara drop in front of Roisin McMahon now for this free.
Yeah, this is a dangerous ball. The sun in the eyes, the sun shining quite brightly here in Father McNamara Park, and this lady McInerney strikes it, and she strikes this one rather well also. The ball is blocked. A shot, and a pull by Roisin McMahon, who got ahead of Alison McGee, and Pat, you nailed it, but unfortunately for Newmarket, it went out to the left hand side and gone wide. It was a close one.
Yeah, but I mean, Roisin stand on the edge of the square. With a free player, you drop the free player in front of her.
Where the danger is. Rachel Daly with the puck out for Scariff O'Gunlow, goes down the middle on this occasion, but it's tremendous play by Kaiser. Kaiser gets away from Linda Daly. Here comes Nikki Kaiser going through. She gets away from Bonnie Wiley Murphy. She's fouled by Bonnie Wiley Murphy, but the ball goes over the bar, and well played. Good advantage there by the referee. Six points to 4 in favour of Markin and Fergus as they put on the push coming to half time, but great score from Nikki Kaiser, got out ahead of Linda Daly. Rachel Daly is in a very particular hurry pucking out the ball. I'm not too sure if that's a good idea as Scariff O'Gunlow playing with against the breeze. As with Linda Daly vicks it across to her sister Jennifer loses it to Laura McMahon. Laura McMahon, Scariff O'Gunlow Dilly Delin, Laura McMahon, the old skill, but great play by Susan Daly, the fullback is pushed in the ground there, but the ball, I'm not too sure. This is Susan Daly is gone to ground there.
Oh, she was fouled again.
Yeah, but Andy, again we give out about the referee, but doesn't seem to have any control at all whatsoever here today in Father McNamara Park. It just all systems go with push and shoving.
Our half forward line are struggling.
Yeah, we're not winning. We're not getting the ball through. We're not winning the ball.
No,
and I suppose and Newmarket have taken full advantage. And if we have had a few wides, Newmarket making the most of it. Now they've had a few wides also here in this first half, and 26 minutes gone in the first half. It's six points for the Colini Oscora Kathleen and 4 points for Scariff O'Gunlow. And the ball is thrown in here. Susan Vaughan trying to get the ball out, trying to make the ball comes out to Bonnie Wiley Murphy. Bonnie going the wrong direction, but gets the ball out to Susan Daly. Susan Daly very lucky to get away free, but we now have Brian Inwright who's out refereeing the match as well. Amy McInerney gets the ball across, but it's going to be plucked out there by Susan Vaughan. Vaughan is gone to ground, but the ball, Ciara Doyle, good play by the Scariff O'Gunlow centre back, hits this ball, great ball out towards Leisha O'Donnell, good play by the centre back, gets the ball out to Elva Rogers. Elva trying to get away from Anya O'Brien. Here's Elva, does a high challenge there and a late challenge there but the ball goes into the middle where Laura McMahon is having a tremendous influence at centre back, gets out to Nikki Kaiser. Kaiser switches the ball across to Michelle McMahon, and Newmarket are beginning to open up the Scariff Gunlow defence. McMahon getting away from Rachel Minogue, but Minogue does absolutely brilliantly. Here comes Rachel Minogue, gets the ball out to Susan Vaughan. Can that be a game changer? Susan trying to take on the Scariff, the Newmarket defence. Here she is, she's gone through, she loses the ball out in the middle of the field. Susan Vaughan, Abby Walsh trying to get it. Scariff Gunlow might be better off just letting this ball go. We're coming into the dying moments here of this first half. It's 6 points to 4 in a very well drilled game. Newmarket and Fergus giving it up their all, as you would expect with a team managed by Brian Enright. It's 6 points to 4, 27 minutes gone here. Pat, your thoughts as we hit the diamond moments of the first half?
Look, at it's a ball we should have moved, but look at Jennifer should have moved to the wing when Susan was coming. She gave Susan no option. I mean, Susan made a great run. All she had to do was peel to the left, but look, we spoke about it the last day. We're getting the runners inside, not outside.
Yeah, and is it Nikki Kaiser has picked up an injury there on that occasion? We'll see. Is it Michelle McMahon looks like to be going back to wing back in a switch with Katie O'Flanagan, always going in for the three, and then Katie mad to get into contact with Amy Barrett. There's no doubt about that. The ball is thrown in. I'm not sure what kind of a throw that was from Andy. The ball, it was the red helmet there of Aoife Griffin went very close to the ground on that occasion. But Laura McMahon is having a big influence here in the centre back position. Puts the ball back to Anya O'Brien. O'Brien gets the ball out towards Zoe McInerney. Going to be robbed by Ciara Doyle on this occasion. Doyle does well at centre back, gets the ball out to Amy Barrett, but the ball comes out to Aoife Griffin. Doyle now going up into a wing forward position, playing well for Scariff Gunlow. Passes a lovely ball off to Leisha O'Donnell tries to take on Laura McMahon, gets the ball, tips a great ball in towards Abby Walsh goes to ground, loses the ball on this occasion, tries to take on the challenge. Here she takes into traffic, gets the ball out, but going into traffic, why they're not releasing this ball is beyond me. The ball is on the half forward line, it's picked up. Who is it? It is Alva Rogers for Scariff Gunlow, gets the ball back out to Amy Barrett shoots off her left hand side, and it's gone out once again to the right hand side and gone wide. The score remains Newmarket 6 points, Scariff Gunlow 4 points. Newmarket fully deserving of their 2 point lead.
We did the same as what we did against the last day against Dora Blairfield, taking the ball into traffic, young players getting turned over. We've got to release the ball faster.
Yeah,
when Alva was on her own in the corner, she was winning possession, but I mean, Abby has to realise this is senior hurling. You don't get away with what you get away with by not thinking you run the ball down the middle.
Yeah, and that puck out comes out from McCarthy. That's a good puck out down towards Roisin McMahon. McMahon gets out in front of McGee, and here comes Newmarket. The ball comes out. McMahon lets it fly, tries to get it away, but she's going to be robbed by Linda Daly after Amy Barrett. Daly gets a good ball in towards Alva. Alva is gone to ground, being pushed there by Anya O'Brien, and that's better ball out into the corner, Pat, out into the wide open expanses here of Father McNamara Park.
If you look at it, when Mairead was over in that corner, she was getting the better of Amy. Alva's gone over there now. She has won that free and she's won a couple of balls, but we've got to release the ball faster.
Yeah, and
the big mistake last year when we played the market was our younger players were taking it into the rucks and they got overturned. And the same is happening here today. We've got to move the ball.
Yeah, and a free from Mairead Scanlon. He's into the breeze here. 55 metres out, about 20 metres in from the far sideline here as the clock ticks into injury time here in the first half. It's 6 points to 4.
There's nobody standing at the dressing room goals if that ball drops in.
And that's a great ball from Scanlon, and the shot, it is blocked down. Is there a chance of a shot? And it's gone into the back of the net. It's a goal for Scariff Gunlow, and that ball was blocked in, and I think it was the goalkeeper Turton Porcher, Aisling Corbett, who finished the ball to the back of the net. A great free for Scanlon into the breeze. Ciara McCarthy and the cornerback went up and blocked it, and Corbett, I suppose she'd know from the goals what to do. She hit the ball into the back of the net. It's 1 goal and 4 for Scariff Gunlow. It's 6 points for Newmarket and Fergus. That could be a game changer, Pat.
Well, look, that brings us back into the game, and let's get.
And the puck out, we'll talk about it, Pat. And McCarthy, she hits as good a puck out as you'll see. The ball goes down to Roisin McMahon and Susan Vaughan. Here comes Vaughan. Vaughan gets the ball in towards the centre. Ciara Doyle trying to take on the ball, getting away from Kaiser. And Pat, I'm not too sure what Ciara was doing on that occasion. Take the ball into contact, get rid of it. The ball is down to Bonnie Wiley Murphy. Bonnie Wiley Murphy is being held up there, but the ball comes out to one of the players of the game here, Rachel Minogue. Rachel Minogue gets the ball out to Amy Casey. That's a dangerous ball from Casey. Is there a turn on that one? Rachel Daly polices that one out to the left and gone wide. Once again, Pat, even Ciara Doyle, one of our experienced players, taking the ball into contact when that ball should be just let go.
Look, I guarantee you, if we move the ball fast,
The ball is out in the middle. Here comes Tara Quiva Lady from the market. Gets the ball out to Aoife Griffin. Yeah, it's a great catch by McGee. McGee gets out in front of Roisin McMahon. Gives it to Barrett. Barrett, the centre forward or midfielder. Puts the ball in over the top towards Elva. Elva has the beating and the legs on Anya O'Brien. Here comes Elva. Goes to ground. She's been held up there by Anya O'Brien. Elva making her way in along the sideline. Here she comes in. She's making her way in. Going to meet Laura McMahon. Out towards Abby Walsh. Corbett, a shot from Corbett. Go home and rest now and Ashling Corbett. 1 goal and 5 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 6 points for the market. Corbett has finished this first half in scintillating fashion with 1-1. In this broadcast brought you association with Derek Crillage Union and Michael Long Construction.
Put the ball in front of Elva Rogers. That should be the game plan from Scariff Ogonnelloe.
That ball is gone down. Minogue clears that ball. Ciara Dye kicks that ball out towards the side. Jennifer Daly for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Jennifer Daly gets it out to Linda Daly. Linda, we're right out here. It's Nikki Kaiser. Kaiser sells a dance. Gets the ball out to Michelle McMahon. But they want Michelle's shot. Is there a tail on this one? Rachel Daly is going to have to play it. The ball is still in play. Rachel Daly. Oh, and she's after carrying the ball out over the sideline. Pat, you know yourself from playing on the full back line or in goals. If in doubt, Clout, make sure and clear that ball, Pat.
Look at on a dead ground, the ball when it hits the ground, it's not travelling like they did the last day. The ball bounced the last day when the ground was so dry, it was travelling, but today it's sticking more.
And this should be the closing action here of a really entertaining senior championship game here, round 3 game here between Scariff Ogonnelloe and Newmarket. It's Zoe McInerney. Zoe has been hitting very good frees all day. Can she nail this one for Newmarket?
They're scoring a goal nowadays for the ball dropped short or something.
Yeah, and the sun is in dice. Zoe strikes it. Is it dropping short? Is dropping short and over the bar. That's what it is. Zoe McInerney narrows the score to the minimum. 1 goal and 5 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 7 points to the mark in Fergus. We're at the discretion of the referee, Andy, and there goes the half-time whistle here in Father McNamara Park. Pat, your thoughts after 32 minutes of scintillating action?
After being outplayed, after their half-back line outplaying us there for 7 or 8 minutes, the goal has been the crucial one. We're up a point, probably playing against the breeze. If we move the ball fastly, I keep saying it, Elva Rogers is absolutely on top of her game inside the corner forward. She's winning I don't think she's beaten for 1 ball yet, and she's causing havoc. She's running at the ball is breaking, she's got free, she set up Bob. I think she won the free that Mairead hit in. So look at, I would say get the ball in front of Elva Rogers at the moment, because to me she's on fire. Zoe McInerney
on the freeze,
they have a lot of scores got from frees. When they run at our backs, we're getting away. But in fairness now to Bonnie Wiley and Alice McGee,
they've grown into the game.
And settled into it. So look at Susan Daly is solid at full back. Susan Vaughan is beginning to open it. Look, if our half-backs start to move the ball,
And Pat, Ciara Dyle was on American mission on Roisin McMahon. She's now back out. She started centre back on Roisin. Roisin with wing, and then in corner she followed her. And then Scariff Ogonnelloe changed it and put Alison Meagher back and put Ciara Dyle back in centre back and Vaughan at wing back.
Yeah, Ciara has begun to attack from centre back, and she's, if she lets the ball go, she was above the half-hour line at one stage. But I think it's okay at the moment. But as we said earlier, when they had a free, they dropped short. They've got to be thinking. The threat to me comes from Roisin McMahon standing square, and the spare person must stand in front of her to cut off the dropping ball.
And that was a tremendous pull in the air, really low. It could have been a tremendous score.
We've seen Roisin down the years. We know what she can do, and that bit of experience, someone needs to be talking to him. Right, get the spare player in front of Roisin McMahon.
Yeah, and now we're now joined here in commentary by our executive producer of Scariff Bakery Radio, man who was double jobbing. He was in analysis, promoted to analysis down in Dr. Stewart Park in Ogonnelloe today. Jim Collins. Jim, unfortunately for Fecal Kilnina, victory not to their credit today, and 2 points for True Clonlara.
Yeah, and a well-deserved 2 points as well for True Clonlara. We were talking to Ollie Noon there after the game, and he said the best team won today, and there was no doubt about it. Fecal Kilnina, they were well in the game almost up to half time. You could see signs in the 5 minutes before half time that True Clonlara were beginning to put on the pressure, particularly with their big guns, Emer Kelly and Anya O'Loughlin. Becky Foley then came into it big time in the second half, and I suppose in the 10-minute period after half time, when they True Clonlara got 2 goals and a number of points and put daylight between them.
And they carried that daylight out to the very end. They were comfortable winners in the end, Jim.
They were comfortable winners. Now, in fairness, Fecal Kilnina never gave up. But I mean, you know yourself, Pat or Leo, when things go for you, they go for you, and when things go against you, they go against you.
It is Murphy's Law, Jim. When it goes wrong, it all goes wrong.
It does, and balls tend to get blocked down. I mean, even we'll say halfway through the second half, even after the water break there, when things started to go for them again, but they needed a goal. They probably needed a couple of goals. I mean, at the end, they only, what was it, 8 points in the end. So I mean, if they had managed, they never looked like they were going to do it now. But if they had managed to put in a goal there, around us, it would have risen their spirits.
Ask questions of True Clonlara, but
yeah.
But True Clonlara, formidable team, Jim, and they're going to have a big say in this championship. There's no doubt about that.
They are. The one thing about True Clonlara, and this is with my amateur analysis hat on, is that they are very, very dependent on their big players. And really, it was when they weren't going so well. I suppose that's what big players do.
Exactly.
They carry them through that period. You could see, like, it was Anya O'Loughlin and particularly Emer Kelly, who really, they never give up when things were not going well for them. They led the way, and of course, I suppose the others came on the coattails, and that's the only thing I'd be a little
Jim,
bit.
as you alluded to, Jim, that's what county players do. They're leaders, and they should be leading their club players. Jim, thanks for that. We're going to take a break here from Father McNamara Park. My thanks to Pat Farry's analysis here in the first half. So on a scoreline of Scariff Gunlow 1-5, Newmarket and Fergus 7 points. It's back to Bitterkjol as we take it here in Father McNamara Park. Okay, and you're very welcome. That was a very sus bug in all terms, and we're back in the field of play here for the second half, and the game is on with Amy Barrett. Amy Barrett going back towards her own as Scariff Gunlow now playing down towards the goals at the Quinn side. The ball comes out to Rachel Minogue. Rachel Minogue is maybe pushed in the back on that occasion, but Rachel goes on her knees and still gets the ball up, but she's going to be robbed. Ciara Doyle gets in, and a good pull there as Amy Barrett gets the ball for Scariff Gunlow. Gets the ball out to Jennifer Daly. Here comes Jennifer Daly. Can Scariff Gunlow set a march on here in the early stages? Jennifer taking the ball into contact and not what you want to do with a player like Roisin McMahon. Then lets it go on the ground, and here comes out, it's Amy McInerney. Amy releases the ball out here towards Quiva Lely getting out ahead of Susan Vaughan. Here comes Lely, good ball in towards the corner towards Alison McGee, but the ball is Ciara Doyle being chased down by Tiny Hayes. Ciara Doyle clears this ball down the sideline towards Susan. Oh, and a high challenge there by Quiva Lely, a slap across the hands of more accidental more than anything on Susan Vaughan, and is it Aisling Corbett making her way out. Aisling, whose goal and a point just before the half-time break, has put the Scariff Gunlow into the lead, and Aisling normally has a shorter journey to come out to take frees, and she's coming from her own goals, but it's the goal keeper turn goal poacher, and she's now taking the frees coming out from the full forward position, and here comes Aisling right out here on the sideline, 65 metres out from the Newmarket goals. Whatever breeze is behind her here in this this occasion, Ashling steadies herself. This will go very, very close to the Newmarket and Fergus goals. Here comes Ashling. She strikes it. She strikes it very well. She strikes it very, very well indeed. That's a great ball in. This blocked inside the edge of the square. Can Scariff O'Gunlow finish it? The ball is out. Elva tries to pick it up. Mairead Scanlon tried to pick it up. Maybe it was a ground ball to be pulled on. It was a good block out by Ciara McCarthy, but the chance goes a big one. The ball is out with Ashling Corbett and Nikki Kaiser going back towards her own goals. Nikki Kaiser now back in the left corner back position, trying to come out, gets the ball out, but it only comes out to Ashling Corbett, lets the ball go over her head. Oh, great play there, out towards Leisha O'Donnell, but the ball comes out to Linda switches the ball across towards Jennifer. The ball goes over the head of Jennifer and Katie O'Flanagan. Jennifer Daly in a wing forward position, she cuts inside, she's blocked down, the ball comes, great catch by Elva Rogers trying to cut in, she's been hammered around like a balloon. A shot from Elva Rogers, go her and rest now, and that's the stick of Elva Rogers. 1 goal and 7, 1 goal and 6 for Scariff O'Gunlow, 7 points. That was pinball at its very best, Pat.
Well, look at what we say before half time. Where do we put the ball?
Elva Rogers and Jennifer Daly was quick enough to hit the ball in. It's Ciara McCarthy poking into whatever breeze, but McCarthy is driving it into the breeze towards Susan Vaughan. Susan Vaughan gets the ball up here in a wing back position. The ball comes out to Barrett for Scariff O'Gunlow is being pushed in the back there, but in comes Leisha O'Donnell, great play from O'Donnell to Susan Vaughan going up along the wing, but she's robbed in turn by Zoe McInerney, and Zoe McInerney fouled by Linda Daly as Newmarket and Fergus going to try and arrest this slide for Newmarket between the start of the end of the first half and the start of the second. Laura McMahon, she will aim this out to the corner towards Claude O'Halloran. Claude being marked by Bonnie Wiley Murphy. Laura McMahon in her favourite wing back position, she strikes it well. That's a tremendous strike from McMahon. Gets the ball down towards Susan Daly. The ball goes to ground, not the ideal thing. Alison McGee there for Scariff O'Gunlow. We're on digit. They're going in the wrong direction for the Scariff O'Gunlow point of view. It's the market. The ball comes out. It's Susan Daly, the fullback, and she was playing for the free there of Zoe McInerney, but good play by the fullback. Good play by the Scariff O'Gunlow fullback, and Zoe having a quick word there with Andy McMahon. No card admonished on that occasion. It's a free 30 metres out from the Scariff O'Gunlow goal. Who's going to take in this one? It looks like Susan Daly. She's calling for attention. There is a sub on the Newmarket team as Aoife Griffin is departing the field of play, and on comes Kate Clancy, who was surprisingly was removed from the team at the very beginning, but she now comes in and replaces Aoife Griffin.
The one thing I'd like to see Amy doing is she's gone down to one hand of the ball if she gets it up, but she's losing maybe 30% of the balls going with the one hand. I'd just like to see her getting better possession of them.
Good free from Rachel Daly down towards O'Donnell. O'Donnell is beaten and the ball comes out. Amy Barrett once again trying to go down with the one hand. She held your pet. She's gone down with two on this occasion. Great play from Barrett. She sweeps the ball across towards Mairead Scanlon and lets the ball fall out of her hand. The ball comes to Jennifer Daly. We're right here in the centre forward positions. Scanlon for Scariff O'Gunlow. She's breaking through. Here comes Scanlon and the ball goes in over the top of Ciara McCarthy. Oh, good play by McCarthy into the sun in her eyes. That's good goalkeeping. Oh, good play by Minogue. Minogue gets the ball out towards Abby Walsh for Scariff O'Gunlow. It's Linda Daly, the midfielder, trying to get the ball, but it's gone into contact, and it's Newmarket. It's Amy Barrett who comes out with it. Amy being chased there by Michelle McMahon. Great ball down from Barrett to Jennifer Daly. Jennifer trying to cut inside, gets inside Amy McInerney. Jennifer Daly, a shot from Jennifer Daly. Go her and rest now from the stick of Jennifer Daly, but great play again there by Barrett. It's 1 goal and 7 for Scariff O'Gunlow. It's 7 points on Newmarket and Fergus. Scariff O'Gunlow have started quite well, Pat.
When we move it wide, keep it wide.
And the buck out coming from McCarthy, who has a tremendous belt of a ball. This lady would definitely be a long puck expert. The ball goes down to Zoe McInerney, beaten in this time by Ciara Doyle at centre back. The ball goes in. Who's going to come out with this one? It comes to Linda Daly, but Zoe McInerney now with centre forward, going back towards her own goals, blocked by Linda Daly. Gets the ball to Nikki O'Kaiser. Kaiser tries to get away from Rachel Minogue. Not an easy task to do. Barrett does well. Minogue does very well and picks that ball for Scariff O'Gunlow, and she's trying to come out with the ball. Here comes Rachel Minogue. Rachel takes the ball into challenge, but is robbed by Zoe McInerney. But the ball, oh, what a pick up by Abby Walsh. Abby Walsh leaves Katie O'Flanagan in her wake, gets the ball in towards Scanlon. The ball within the half forward position. It's soccer style. Scanlon, a shot from Scanlon, but there's a tail in it, goes out to the left hand side as we look in, and the ball goes wide. 1 goal and 7 for Newmarket and Fergus. 1 goal and 7 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 7 points for Newmarket and Fergus. We're gone 6 minutes in the second half.
Abby just moved the ball from forward away from Roisin McMahon. She's winning the position, but just move it.
And that puck out comes out from Ciara McCarthy. Ball blocked down. Ciara O'Doyle blocks it down towards Linda Daly. Linda Daly on her own. It is robbed by Michelle McMahon. And here comes Scariff Ogonnelloe. Or Newmarket. This is a dangerous ball in over the top. But there is a tail and it goes out to the left hand side and gone wide. Pat, you were saying about moving the ball again.
Yeah, but there was a huge miscommunication there between Rachel and Ciara. And they left one of their players free.
And a puck out there from Rachel Daly, not getting away with it, get away with it because Amy Barrett arrested. That ball goes out towards Scanlon and Amy McInerney. And Mary great pick up from Scanlon, gets away from Amy McInerney, gets the ball and a free in. Scanlon was pulled back there by Amy McInerney, or Katie O'Flanagan again on this again. And Katie, you know, if personal fouls would be added up, Pat, she's been guilty of quite a few.
Yeah, but look at Alva and Mairead, if they get the ball 1-on-1, they're beating their cornerbacks.
Yeah,
and that's what we've got to do.
Correct. And now we're a free for Mairead Scanlon, 30 metres out. She knocked over some good ones in the first half. Can she put a bit of daylight between the teams here in Father McNamara Park? It's 1 goal and 7 at the moment for Scariff Ogonnelloe. It's 7 points for Newmarket and Fergus. Make that 1 goal and 8 for Scariff Ogonnelloe. 7 points for Newmarket and Fergus. Mairead doesn't disappoint. We're gone halfway through the first quarter. It's 7.5 minutes gone here in Father McNamara Park here in this third quarter. Ciara McCarthy, I tell you, breeze or no breeze, she has a tremendous belt of a sliotar, and the ball goes out towards Mairead or Kate Clancy, out to Barrett covering a lot of ground at wing back or midfield, gets it to Minogue, and Minogue is direct, gets the ball down to Corbett. I think Aisling was auditioning there for a person in the control tower. She had her hand up so high. The ball comes out from Carol O'Leary. Carol O'Leary gets it out to Ellen Casey. The ball comes into Vaughan. Tremendous skill from Vaughan. Gets it away, and a ball over the top from Vaughan. Gets it out to Leisha. Leisha trying to pick it up for Scariff. Pushing the back there, and I'm not too sure what the ball. Abby Walsh, the young guns, but Leisha is in fast. Linda Daly in here. The ball, we're trying. Bodies go to ground, and it's going to be a throw in. In fairness, just you'd see something like that semblance. Andy lives very close to Thurman Park, and something like that was very close. There was a lot of ups and pushing, and he takes the decision to throw in the ball, hold it as a player injured from the mark. And I tell you, talk about a throw, it was a straight to Nikki Kaiser, and the ball goes in towards the middle. Ciara Doyle lets fly one-handed on that one, gets the ball in, and here come the market switch the ball to play. Does the ball, is it going to find the sanctuary, the sideline, out over the sideline? Pat, I've seen throw-ins in my time, but I tell you, that was a good one.
I don't know about that. Susan Baum went to play a pop pass down to Alicia Dunn. Instead of driving it into, look at who's inside in the corner in front of it, only Alva, and she is absolutely on fire.
And a line ball now 45 metres out from the Scariff Ogonnelloe goal, going to be taken by Amy Barrett. Amy, who's the vice captain of the team this year, with Mairead Scanlon. What's Amy going to do with this one? Is she going to go across the field or down by the line? She's been cutting them rather well. Players very close to her. She cuts it down along the line where Alva Rogers goes to ground, but it's going to be picked up by Nikki Kaiser. Nikki Kaiser now gone back in, gives it out to Laura McMahon. Here comes McMahon. She's tripped by Abby Walsh in a free for Newmarket and Fergus. It's 9 minutes gone here in the second half, and a free for Laura McMahon, and this is going to be arriving in around the danger zone. Laura striking it rather quick, gets the ball. This is right in on the 21, going to be blocked down by Alison McGee, out to Tiny making her way, and here comes Tiny. She opened the scoring. That's a dangerous ball in towards Rachel Daly. Daly does capably and clears her lines good and fast out to her sister Jennifer Daly, and there's an injury there for Anne-Marie Hayes, who's gone to ground there. Marie, I'm not too sure what happened, Pat. Maybe you might be able to enlighten us a bit more.
I think she's probably maybe she felt the effects of the tackle when she was hitting the ball.
That's a polite way of putting it, and a throw in over on the far side of the field between Katie O'Flanagan, 45-50 metres out from the Scarlet. The ball comes to Barrett. Barrett gets that ball, clears this ball down towards the corner, towards Amy McInerney. That's tremendous play by McInerney. Got out in front of Mairead on that occasion and gives the ball out to Kate Clancy. And Kate Clancy's direct running is going to have a problem for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Here comes Kate Clancy. She charges into Susan Vaughan, but she releases the ball to Ellen Casey. But Leisha O'Donnell is working like a Trojan out here for Scariff Ogonnelloe. That's
Tremendous play. Gets the ball out to Vaughan. Vaughan for Scariff Ogunlo. She pops the ball into Abby. Abby tries to go to ground. A kind of a suicide pass maybe from Susan on that occasion. And here's the number 7 who carried it quite a long way with steps. But the ball goes up along the line. The line out to number. This is a dangerous ball. This can be a game changer. The ball is cut inside towards Roisin McMahon. McMahon hits a ground ball, but it comes off the stick of Susan Daly. Out for a quick. It's 11 minutes gone here in the second half. Rachel Daly claiming that is gone wide, but the men in the white coat is the man that makes the decisions. It's 1 goal and 8 for Scariff Ogunlo. It's 7 points for American and Ferguson. In the dying moments of the first half, that 45, that free from Mairead went in, which the goalie dropped out, blocked out, and was finished to the net with a plumb by Ashton Corbett. We have something similar here, Pat.
But look at Susan should have played it in.
Direct ball,
I just like to see the ball going in.
And there's a player gone loose here from the market being picked up at the moment. Rachel Minogue lives the situation.
Roisin McMahon is standing inside in the edge of the square. And where's...
Yeah, there's a player on her as though he's going to take this free. This is a dangerous one. It's going to be dropped. It's gone inside. Susan Daly blocked it. The fullback was alive because that ball skidded. Can Newmarket arrest the slide here before half time? And a shot, and the ball is in the back of the net, but he has blowing for a free, and there's a lot of bodies gone to ground up there. Amy Barrett gone to ground, Ciara Doyle gone to ground, Alison McGee gone to ground. I'm not too sure who he's going to have on the board with on this occasion. Bodies went to ground, but I tell you, Pat, that was a very, very dangerous situation.
He's gone back to his umpire, Jim Hickey.
Yeah, and I see the bomber is over. Is it Jim? Yeah, Jim is over the far side. I'm not too sure what's going to.
Alison McGee is down.
This is going to be an interesting call. Once you call the umpires and call in the referee, he has to make a decision. Not too sure what's going to happen here. It was all hands on deck. I thought it was bodies for 6 and 1/2 dozen other myself, I thought. But it's going to be an interesting decision. We'll see who's the other umpire up there. I think it's Paul Barris is the other umpire, and I tell you, we know Paul is rather lax and will not be hanging anyone out to dry. There's no doubt about it.
This is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a throw-in. But we said, look at to the ball we should have had blown the full forward line. The free was made his. I could have typed for free or 45.
It could have
skidded anywhere. And do you know what I mean? These are the matches change on small things, and if you don't.
Yeah, you have to be on top of all those things. It's not about. But Susan Daly, in fairness, the ball broke off this stick of Ciara Doyle in the centre forward, and Susan Daly was out quick before it hit the ground, because if that hit the ground, he would have gathered pace and could have landed up anywhere. This here, we're in a lovely sunny Father McNamara Park here today, and the sun I'm sure has been rather kind to us here. We've had showers all day, but Andy going to run in the ball 13 and
we need to get the break now without conceding a goal.
Yeah,
and the market are
Newmarket are really pushing the buttons here at this stage. It's 1 goal and 8 to 7 points. Newmarket are fighting for the life, and the ball comes out. It's McGee gets the ball out. Alison McGee, one of the secret assassins, her sister Holly, who's a tremendous loss to Scariff Ogunlo, gets the ball out towards Linda Daly taking the ball, gets it off to Jennifer, and a good challenge there by Jennifer. Got Linda Daly gone to ground, but we must say hello to Holly McGee. Listen to us all the way out there in Holland on Erasmus, one of the secret assassins, or the silent assassins as I call him. Holly McGee, Pat, a tremendous loss, and you said it more than one occasion, a huge loss to Scariff Ogunlo.
She's a huge loss, but in fairness now today, Alison and Bonnie have played well so far. They've been under pressure a couple of times and they have done well, but we know Holly is a loss. Eva Power is a big loss.
Eva Power, we forget about Eva Power at one of the top.
A big loss.
And Cleona McNamara is coming on for Scariff Ogunlo, so it remains to be seen who's going off for Scariff Ogunlo on this.
I think looks like Abby is going back.
Is Abby gone back into the... Yes, looks Abby has gone back in, corner back. It looks like Alison McGee, he's in a bit of trouble. Cleona Mack is on. There's also a sub on for Newmarket. Is it Aoife Crimmins is on for Newmarket? I'm not quite sure. At the moment, it is a free going to be for Scariff Ogunlo, and with that we have the Sosishka and Pat. Time for to catch our breath. 1 goal and 8 for Scariff Ogunlo, 7 points for Newmarket and Fergus. This game is very much in the melting pot, Pat.
Newmarket have to score in that half of that.
No, and the sub that's on for Newmarket is Tara O'Neill, so she's not going to weaken it by any. She was in the original first 15, but concerning Alison McGee gone off, Pat.
Yeah, well, as it has happened, it gives our management and the team a chance to get reorganised for the start of the 15 minutes. Had it happened 3 or 4 minutes ago, we haven't really got a ready placement corner back. Maybe at this stage you drop Susan Vaughan back into the full back line and let Abby going back where she has been playing. Do you know, but maybe I don't know whether they're going to play Abby corner back. But
there is options there if they want to take him. There's no, but Ellison is moving rather gingerly, and we're not too sure as the well-being of
maybe put Kira Dial back corner back, Susan Vaughan centre back, and Abby wing back.
Yeah, it's a matter of keeping it out at the moment, and whatever way they do it. But we hope, and look at any player. We see Ellison going off. Market in fairness lost Jennifer Kelly, who's a tremendous loss in the Caitla. We send our best wishes to Jenny. I must say hello to my good friends there in the main street in Scariff today, Mrs. Rogers, grandmother of Elva, and Kitty Dillon, who are tuned in and listening to us here on Scariff Bay Community Radio. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast here from Father McNamara Park. It's going quite well. It's going quite well at the moment. 1-8 to 7 points. Yeah, but it's a game very much in the middle.
It's putting Abby back. She has never played corner back before. I'd like to see Kira or Susan going back there, and
but Pat, to give her credit, I think she's a player. She's a player that could play anywhere. She's a tremendous athlete.
She's a fine player, and I've no fear of her. But
and they're putting
little bit of know-how.
Yeah, and they're putting Tiny Hayes over there, an experienced performer as well, and Andy bringing the free, bringing Bob back. I thought the free was a small bit further up, but Bob loves a challenge, and Bob has been striking the balls rather well today. Having our best outing in the championship at full forward.
Roisin McMahon is gone where?
Roisin McMahon. Is Roisin McMahon gone off for the mark? It looks like she is.
It looks like. Is it Ellen Casey that midfield is gone?
Bob strikes it and tops it on this occasion, but that could walk down to Scanlon. It does. Ken Scanlon, a lovely flick from Scanlon, but the ball goes into Laura McMahon. Laura McMahon goes into traffic, not something that Laura does normally, and the ball comes out to Nikki Kaiser. Nikki Kaiser tries to get the ball out. The ball comes out to Barrett. Barrett for Scariff O'Gunlow. Can she put this one? That's a tremendous score from Amy Barrett. 1 goal and 9 for 7 points.
Amy Barrett has hit a lot of ball here today. You could say Amy has dominated midfield since. I don't want to be talking to you, but since she started going down on the ball with the 2 hands, she's made an awful difference to her.
She's having a tremendous game in Lorna Park. The ball is out, Scanlon, Scariff O'Gunlow, and here comes the same lady again. She played centre forward last week. She goes to ground. She passes the ball back out to Scanlon. Scanlon throws it up into the air. This ball could break down to Elva. Elva gets her body in front. Here comes Elva Rogers. A shot. Tremendous score from Elva Rogers. But again, made by the presence of Barrett at centre field. What a game she's having. Rogers on fire in the corner. It's 1 goal and 10 for Scariff O'Gunlow. 7 points for Newmarket and Fergus. And now we're really going to see what Newmarket and Fergus are made of. It's do or die. They puck out from McCarthy. The ball goes down. The ball comes out to Tiny Hayes. Abby Walsh gets into Hurley. Abby Walsh, maybe inexperienced at cornerback, but knew how to defend on that occasion. Got the Hurley in, and the ball. Amy Barrett again, soccer style. She was a tremendous soccer player as an underage player. The ball comes out to Katie Clancy, and she is bullying her way through the Scariff O'Gunlow defence. But it's Bonnie Wiley Murphy gets the ball out the wing to Jennifer Jady. Jennifer's touch lets her down on this occasion, where she's going to be beaten by what she releases, and the free is given on for Katie Flanagan. Katie was pulled back, but Scariff O'Gunlow need to get the bodies back. It's 1 goal and 10 to 7 points.
Rachel Minogue needs to get back and face the ball. Asking the referee what is for.
Not like Rachel not to be asking a question, Pat. I wonder where she got that from. But it's a free in for the American and Fergus.
Linda needs to face this for free. It drops short. We have the spare person. Where is it?
Yeah, the square person is on the goal line. The Jadies are marshalling the goals. Zoe McInerney has been striking these rather well. 17 and a half minutes gone. This one is dropping down under 21. Who's going to attack it? The ball is attacked by the same Rachel Minogue. The ball comes in. Is it Kate Clancy trying to get up? But it's Susan Daly, the fullback, coming across her own goals. Not the best thing to do, but clears the ball out. Leisha O'Donnell has to win this ball against Nikki Kaiser. Kaiser for the market releases the ball back out across the field. The ball comes out to Zoe. Zoe trying to tremendous play by Linda Daly, and Jennifer gets it out, and Barrett will not miss with it. She clears that ball out towards Elva Rogers. Tremendous catch from Rogers. She gets out in front of Anya O'Brien. Here comes Elva Rogers, a pull from behind by Elva Rogers. Pat Minogue, I nearly called you Pat McNamara. Pat McNamara, who was busy down on O'Gunlow later, but Pat, as you said, get the ball down into open space, and Rogers is on fire.
Yeah. Amy did the simple thing. She got the ball, she drove it down the field in front of Elva, and you know it's there when Elva was going through. Laura McMahon stayed with Mairead Scanlon, and that's why the free came, because the cornerback wasn't able to keep up to Laura.
Yeah, indeed. On
The pass going to Mairead.
And Mairead nails it to put a 7 points differential lead on the corner here. 18 minutes gone in Father McNamara Park. It's 1 goal and 11 for Scariff Ogullo. It's 7 points on Newmarket and Fergus. And Ciara McCarthy with the puck of Mockley, Newmarket and Fergus. Newmarket and Fergus, Camogies are like to meet footballers. They're never gone away. And the ball comes off the stick of Tiny Hayes and goes out over the sideline. Line ball for Scariff Ogullo. But Pat, you know that Newmarket are not going to go down without a fight, and they will give it their all to the Fed Oak Della.
Listen, the market on the market. How many times have we seen them come back from? Do you know what I mean? Scariff are going, if they want it, is they have to drive on. There can be no, sitting back.
Yeah, and Scariff are going to playing with the aid of the breeze here, whatever breeze is in it in Father McNamara Park, sunny Father McNamara Park. It's a line ball, 50 metres off from the Scariff are going to goes. Amy Barrett goes low, gets the ball down to Cleana Mac and Mousy, and the ball comes off the stick of Cleana McNamara, goes out over the sideline. It's a line ball for Newmarket and Fergus, going to be taken by Amy McInerney. Amy, the team captain for Newmarket. Amy now living out in Scariff, has also helped the Scariff team. She's in charge of nutrition in there with the Scariff, also involved with the Fecal Killanena Camogie team. A great addition to the
if this ball goes long, we're a bit open at the back. There's only one player inside.
And that ball goes out to Zoe McInerney.
Susan Vaughan needs to drop back.
And as you speak, she does. And the ball, who's it there? It's Ciara Doyle, the Scariff Ogullo centre back. Clears that ball out for Scariff Ogullo, playing well at the heart of the defence today. Gets the ball out to Mairead. Mairead loses it, but it's Laura McMahon. And one thing about the McMahons, they will not throw in the towel. Here comes Laura. She gets it, but she's blocked down by Linda Daly. But Laura boots the ball up to Zoe de Garda. She cuts in, she's blocked down there. And the ball comes to Amy Barrett. Amy was going watching where she was clearing that one, but you have to get possession of the ball first. And the ball, who's going to come out with it? It is in the middle of the field. And who is it? Only Barrett. And Barrett kicking that ball. Bonnie Wiley Murphy gets the ball in. Laura McMahon at the heart of the Newmarket defence is fouled by Mairead Scanlon. And now it is all hands on deck as Newmarket push the bodies forward. I see Abby Waltz sprinting back towards her corner back position. Laura McMahon, she's going to hit, she's brought up, and he brings the free up a discipline action. 20 minutes gone here in the second half in Father McNamara Park. Leisha O'Donnell seems to have picked up an injury for Scariff Ogullo. Laura drives it. This is in the danger area. Minogue puts up the hurley. How many times did she block the ball? It comes to Kaiser. Kaiser shoots. Blocked inside by the goalie, Rachel Daly. Rachel tries to go down with it one hand, but the ball comes off the stick of the full back of the full forward and out to the left hand side and gone wide. And Pat, look, he escaped. Rachel made a good save, but not the place as a goalkeeper to go down picking the ball with glove of one.
Oh, Leo going down with the one hand was after making a good save. Go down with the two hands, get possession. If anyone comes in and touches you at the end, it's a free. So, she should have.
But that's experience.
That's
a young goalkeeper and playing quite well.
Playing very well. But it's just that.
And that puck out comes out towards Barrett. Barrett lets the ball go over her head. She gets in, trying to get away from the Scariff. A great ball out towards Susan Vaughan. Leisha O'Donnell in there, but it's going to be picked up there by the cornerback. It's Tara O'Neill, but it's Barrett Scanlon in there for Scariff Ogullo. Leisha O'Donnell is on her knees. Her mother was often on her knees praying, but it's Leisha who's on her knees, and Leisha has picked up an injury. I think this has a small bit of cramp, has an ankle injury there, and the linesman calling for attention there. There is an injury for Leisha O'Donnell, but Pat, we're watching Leisha O'Donnell's up here in front of us, and she's tracking up and down this sideline here. You know, she's like it's a security guard to go up and down along the line.
But Leo, she fought and she held up the ball, and I mean, when you're in front, if you have players fighting and holding up the ball, I mean, it's often as good as a score.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I mean,
and indeed it is. You know, and who is it? Is it Daniel Beston is coming on?
I think it's Lorraine O'Grady.
Lorraine, who was unlucky to be left off the starting 15, a very young, promising player, has played quite well in the opening 2 games, and indeed Lorraine is in, and Pat, she's going to add pace and penetration to the Scariff Ogullo attack.
Look, she was on the last day. It didn't work out. I mean, but she's out the wing today now, and let's hope it goes well for her.
Yeah, I see Mairead Scanlon is back out in the number 11 position, but Leisha O'Donnell, she has worked her socks off up and down the sideline here. 23 minutes gone here in the second half of this broadcast, brought to you associates with Derek Credit Union, and our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction. It's Scariff Ogullo 1 goal and 7. It's 7 points from the Newmarket and Fergus. Cleona Mack has taken up station at corner forward, and You know, she will be an outlet for ball, long ball in. She's a strong physical player, unlucky to be left off the first 15, but Pat, it's competition for places.
Yeah, but I mean, if it goes into the full forward line, Alva will hold it up. But if we could get Gin on the ball, if we could get Jennifer Daly on the ball in space.
And the ball comes out to Kaiser, Nikki Kaiser, and blocked down by Lorraine O'Grady. And near the introduction, Amy Barrett. We're in the middle, we're along the park, and here comes Kaiser. Great pick up from Kaiser. She's breaking through the defence, being chased by Jennifer Daly. She pops the ball off. The ball goes off to Casey Toomey. Casey Toomey for Newmarket. Casey Toomey being hooked by Ciara Doyle, but the ball goes off the stick of Casey Toomey. Gordon Drasnon and Pat, a warning sign. If ever there was a warning sign, that's a warning sign. What Newmarket can do, they can cut through butter like a knife.
Well, look at you know Nikki Kaiser. If she gets the running out, she's gone.
And Nikki Kaiser now gone back into the number 11 position. 24 minutes gone here in the second half, and Newmarket throwing all the guns forward. Rachel Daly with the buckmark. 1 goal and 11 for Scariff Gunlow. 8 points for Newmarket and Fergus. Zoe McInerney gets the ball. Newmarket are not going to throw in the towel. Laura McMahon, what a leader this player has been for Newmarket and Fergus. And the ball, and here she comes again as she's carrying through the Scariff Gunlow half forward line. Turns around off her side, gets the ball in, and Susan Daly, the fullback, tremendous catch of the ball, overhits the pass, and it comes out to Amy McInerney. Amy McInerney is held up there by Amy Barrett, but Pat, here comes the onslaught that you expected from the Newmarket and Fergus.
It's coming. It came last year in the last 10 minutes. Is it coming again today? And Laura McMahon has Mairead needs to close her down.
Tashi on Satic Dolorish and Laura McMahon. This will rive on the danger zone. And the number 9
Jennifer Daly needs to get into the game and wing forward.
That's a great ball from McMahon. This is in around the danger area. It's blocked down. It's going to come to Newmarket and Fergus. Michelle McMahon. Great block down by Susan Daly, and I'm not too sure Susan took the full black or the full wrath of the end of the hurley. Gone down, maybe buying a bit of time. 25 minutes gone here in the second half. It's all onslaught.
The ball hit her helmet, I think.
It's Operation Attack on behalf of the Colinias, Cora Kathleen. It's 1 goal and 11 for Scariff Gunlow. It's 8 points for Newmarket and Fergus.
Our half forward line are not working hard enough at the moment.
Yeah, and they have to win the ball and get it up tonight. And all the hard work is coming from the Colony of Newmarket and Fergus at the moment. We're on the 21. The ball is thrown in. Where's this ball going to break? It breaks out to Susan Daly. Susan trying to get it out. She's not able to get it out. It comes to Rachel Minogue. She'll get it out. And she clears a great ball up towards Lorraine O'Grady. The ball comes off the stick of Lorraine O'Grady. And who's there? It's the centre back. It's Ciara Doyle does absolutely brilliantly for Scariff Gunlow. Came out from the centre back position.
She read it and made 10 yards once the ball hit the ground. She read the break and came from 10 yards back to win it.
And that should relieve the pressure on the Scariff. It looks like it's Elva Rogers. Who's going off for Scariff? Or it is Leisha's making her way over at the back of the goals. Ashton Corbett, the sun in the eyes of it.
Mairead Scanlon needs to stand on the square for this because the goalie has blocked a few balls.
And the sun, Green Tenov in the Soul, like Ciara McCarthy. And here comes Ashton Corbett on her own half back line. She strikes it. That's the best strike she has hit today. This one is going to Cleona Mack, keeps it in play, but the ball goes off the stick of Cleona's Hurley and goes to Horan and Lena in line, and a puck mark like Ciara McCarthy. Scariff Gunlow 1-11. Newmarket and Fergus 8 points. We're in the dying moments here. Vaughan puts up the hand and a tremendous catch from Vaughan. Gives it to Amy. And a high tackle there. But Amy hits the ball in towards Elva in the corner. Elva blocks the ball down. Herself and the wing and Anya O'Brien have had a tremendous battle. It's Carol O'Leary and Ashton. A high pull there by the number 7. But she the ball. Ashton Corbett. The ball comes to Lorraine O'Grady. Here comes Lorraine O'Grady. A shot from Lorraine. That's a shot. That's a tremendous score from the stick of Lorraine O'Grady, and what a substitution. Lorraine O'Grady has been 1 goal and 12 for Scariff Gunlow, 8 points for Newmarket and Fergus. Tremendous point from Lorraine O'Grady.
She had used her pace, she took it on and she just tapped it over the bar.
Great experience for a young player, great experience shown. The ball is blocked down. Ciara Doyle blocks it away from Nikki Kaiser, but here comes the corner forward Casey Toomey. Scariff Gunlow go down to ground. Ciara Doyle gone down a high pull there, and the ball comes out to Kaiser. The ball comes in. Here comes Tiny Hayes, and she's been pulled down by Bonnie Wiley Murphy. The right decision by Bonnie Wiley Murphy. 28 minutes gone. Ciara Doyle gone down injured in a left half back position. Can you tell us more, Pat?
We'll see
in your dulcet tones.
Susan Vaughan did brilliant covering back, even though they had got the free. Susan cut off the pass in, and it was a brilliant interception by Susan. Now Bonnie Wiley's played well today.
Bonnie Wiley playing very solid in the full back line, there's no doubt about that. Concern on the winters for Scariff Ogunda on Ciara Dial. I see David O'Sullivan in checking to the whereabouts. The medics are in there with her as well. It is going to be a free for Namarkin and Fergus. It's 1 goal and 11. 1 goal and 12 to 8 points. The scoreline says 2-11 to 8 points. That's the scoreline that you would take, but unfortunately it's 1 goal.
Let's hope Ciara can get up.
Yeah, the scoreboard woman, I'm not sure, is it Breed Mack is the scoreboard woman, whoever it is up there. Kind of maybe took her eye off the ball there for a minute, but it's definitely 1 goal and 12. Was it a goal? Oh my God, we're wrong here. So look, it's 2 goals 11. Apologies to the scoreboard woman.
Lorraine's a goal.
A goal. So Lorraine,
we're all wrong. Sorry, folks. Sorry about that.
There's a reason why some of us are wearing glasses, and there's no doubt about that. But look, it's 2 goals and 11 to 8 points. So we're quite happy to take that one as we're gone 29 minutes here in the second half.
Apologise to Lorraine and her parents.
I tell you one thing, Lorraine, she was fleeced, she showed fleeced foot. I'd say she's been a very good dancer as well, the way she left the Newmarket defence in her wake and put that ball, as we'll say, billowing into the top corner of the net. Here's a free from Laura McMahon, and there's no doubt this is blasting operations from McMahon. It's gone the whole way in. Daly has it, but it's gone the whole way to the back of the net. 2 goals and 11 to 1 goal and 8. That goal from Lorraine O'Grady could be a very important score, Pat McNamara.
Yes, Leo, that's for sure.
Yeah, to put it in no uncertain terms. And Rachel Daly now using the time. We're just gone in over the added time. We're going to be at the discretion of Andy McMahon.
We need to respond again.
And the puck out goes out to Jennifer Daly, out to Cleona Mack. Cleona Mack is pushed quite heavily into the back there, but she's in. Jennifer Daly for Scariff Ogunda. It's 2-11 to 1-8. Here Jennifer careering through the centre. Oh, and a high pull there by Laura McMahon. Jennifer Daly, a shot, gets the low ball in towards Elva, but the goalie comes out that goalie, and she shoves everyone out of their way. That's tremendous play by the goalie, Ciara McCarthy. And the ball comes out to Maureen Scanlon, but it's Cleona got a great point last week, and she's punted on. But I tell you, Pat, Cleona McNamara has made 3 interventions in the last moment, 3 very important interventions.
That was a great free to win. She won the possession, was ready to go and got turned upside down. A great free won by Cleena.
And took the challenge, and this should be if Murray puts this one over, it should be in zone. Daniel Beston now arriving on the scene for Scariff Ogunda as David Sullivan taking the time to run on the bench. Daniel, I'm not sure who's going to go off on this occasion. Is it Alva Rogers is going to be removed from the... It looks like he's at Ashton Corbett, and in fairness, Pat McNamara, Ashton Corbett has had a tremendous game at full forward today.
Oh yeah, Ashton has played well today now. This has been her best game in the championship.
And she didn't stay on the field for the 60 minutes this week, but that's at the discretion of the management. And Maurice Scanlon puts that one over the bar, and that should be in Children's line. 2 goals and 12 to 1 goal and 8, and McCarthy pucks out quite quick out towards Zoe McInerney and Linda Daly. And here comes Vaughan for Scariff Ogunda, and she kicks it on, and the ball, Susan, she's careering up along the wing here, gets the ball to Scanlon shoots. That'll be a tremendous score from Scanlon, but it's probably as good as a score as it tails out to the left hand side and gone wide. 2 goals and 12 to 1 goal and 8.
It's a huge plus today to see Susan Vaughan back. This is the first series championship match. She was sick the last day, and it'll do the power good to have got through this match, and hopefully that she will drive on now for the rest of the championship.
That's it.
Yeah,
you know,
she's a brilliant player.
There's no doubt about it. And here's the ladies after having a tremendous match at wing back, Pat Minogue. I know you mightn't say it, but this lady, I think in my book, is totally underrated. She fights like hell, and the ball goes off the stick of Rachel Minogue out over the line ball for the market. It's a free for the market. It's 2 goals and 12 for Scariff Ogunda. 1-8. This should put one leg into the semi-final for Scariff Ogunda, and the ball, Ciara Doyle lets the ball goes to Bonnie Wiley Murphy, but this lady, Abby Walsh, tremendous player, gets the ball out to Doyle, and Doyle drives it up the field for Scariff Ogunda, out to Scanlon, out to Beston, and Beston for Scariff Ogunda, trying to get away from Laura McMahon. She gets away from Laura McMahon, she gets the ball into Scanlon tries to get it, she releases it to Beston. Here comes Beston for Scariff Ogunda. Beston, she's being picked up. Cleona McNamara, Elva Rogers for Scariff Ogunda, and Elva Rogers, she's being brought to ground, but the ball comes out to Cleona McNamara. We're on the edge of the square. McNamara goes to ground, she's bulldozed over there. Referee, she's been pulled down. I thought it was probably 6 to 1.5 to another, but in fairness to McNamara, she has been a tremendous asset to Scariff Ogunda.
Alva should have got a penalty.
There's no doubt about it.
The hurley was wrapped around her head.
But McNamara, she's added physical and strength, and she's taken the attack, taken that to market. 2 goals and 12 to 1-8. We're gone 3 minutes into the time. Andy making his way slowly up the field, which means that we're at the dying moments here of this senior championship game. And the ball, McMahon drives it out. She's looking for Casey Toomey, but it's Amy Barrett. Amy Barrett for Scariff Ogonnelloe is swung around, and the ball comes off the stick of Amy out over the line. I think if there's a closer game, maybe Andy might have given the free on that occasion. Scariff Ogonnelloe bringing the all hands back on deck.
Amy has had an absolutely magnificent game. She's dominated the middle of the field.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That line ball goes out towards Katie O'Flanagan. O'Flanagan, she's busting her way up there. The ball goes up towards Ciara Doyle for Scariff. Ciara Doyle is pushed in the back by Nikki Kaiser. No free given, and the ball comes in here to Clancy. Clancy gives it out, and here come. It's Jennifer Daly who wins that ball for Scariff Ogonnelloe. Goes to ground, saying her prayers down there. Abby Walsh trying to get it. Abby goes to ground, and she normally comes out with the ball, and indeed she comes out with it. Gets the ball out to Minogue. Minogue cuts in inside. Rachel going into traffic, but made her way out and cleared a marvellous ball. Minogue gets the ball. Laura McMahon plucks it out of the sky. And we're still playing on here. We're 34 minutes gone here. McMahon with the free from the Mackinnon own half back line. She switches the play across out towards Casey Toomey. Casey Toomey, a funny decision by Laura on that occasion. Linda Daly for Scariff Ogonnelloe, just drive it down. She drives it down towards Amy McInerney. She gets out in front of Mairead Scanlon, but is it Alva who's now out in the wing, as it would appear? And the ball is cleared in, and the ball goes in. Bonnie Wiley tries to pick it up. It's Kaiser from the market. She's pulled it around by Bonnie Wiley Murphy. Her father Derek was a tremendous hurler and footballer in the past. He'd be quite proud of her performance here today.
Derek Sessions would be thou shalt not pass.
I tell you, Carol O'Leary invented that in Camogie for the market and Fergus, thou shalt not pass. And tremendous for Carol O'Leary to be out there playing for the market and Fergus today. Not her fault. It's the market out and doing better. Laura McMahon, she'll drill one from the 21 a while ago. It is blasting operations again. 2-12 to 1-8. That's a dangerous ball, and it's gone to the back of the net again. It's 2 goals and 12, the 2 goals and 8, and there goes the full-time whistle. And Pat, even though that goal went in, lack of concentration on another day, but then again, the score that Lorraine O'Grady, that goal was pivotal to Scariff Ogonnelloe getting over the line here.
Look at Leah, 2 goals from 40-yard frees, lack of organisation on the goal line. We spare people. I hope the lesson is learned for the future.
Yes, indeed, and that's a simple way of putting it. So, from further McNamara Park here, it's Scariff Ogonnelloe who take the points. 6 points in the bag, 3 out of 3. Newmarket have 1 out of 3. Newmarket still in with a chance, but will all depend on the Colleen of Kilmaley and their management. We're down beside us here, quite closely assessing everything here for Kilmaley. You know, I presume they got over the challenge at St. Joseph's, which would put him on 2 points. So it's all in the Milton pot next week, Pat, for the next round of games. Scariff Ogonnelloe have a week off, and you know, on the 3rd week, Pat, it's hard to keep it going.
Yeah, you would say now that the winner of the Kilmaley
O'Callaghan's Mills Badike game.
Yeah. There's a huge opportunity now for the Mills Badike to get into the county semi-final.
There is no doubt that
if they can win that match, they have Joseph's. They're playing Joseph's next.
Yeah, they're
playing today.
They're playing against Joseph. They probably wouldn't. Yeah. They probably would imagine.
Yeah. So there is a huge opportunity, I would say, for the Mills Badike. They have a bit of momentum after beating Newmarket last week, and.
The door is successful for them.
The door is open. A lot will depend on how O'D her injury.
Yeah, by all accounts, she was back.
Yeah,
and we have David Sullivan. We're getting to know. We didn't know much about this man, but we're getting to know. We're getting to know quite a bit about him. But David, we didn't know much about you 3 weeks in a row. We're getting to know quite a bit about you. Congratulations, 3 out of 3. It's no more than you could ask for. You must be absolutely delighted with the application and the attitude of the players.
I am absolutely thrilled, to be honest with you. I knew nothing else was coming today. Last week was a bad performance by our standard, to be honest with you, and I spoke about that after the game. I suppose there's no disrespect to St. Joseph's, but it was very hard maybe to get up for a game last week that possibly we knew we were always going to be winning. But this week, Jesus, we came into the training on Monday and Wednesday, and it was just a different team, a different mentality, a different set of girls. And I know there was 10 or 11 of those girls today really hurting over last year's semi-final here, where they felt they didn't do themselves justice. And we've 6 or 7 debutants there this year in the senior championship who died for the jersey today. I thought Bonnie was absolutely incredible cornerback. You know, Leisha didn't probably hit too many balls, but just her work rate here in the wing, chasing, hook and blocking. Jennifer Daly, Abby, you know, Amy Barrett was fantastic, and just, you have the maestro and Alvin the corner then, who was just unbelievable altogether. So I'm just really happy, you know.
And I suppose, David, you've mentioned so many names there, but overall you would have to say it was a victory, a team performance from the the whole way up along the field, including this and the contribution of the subs, Cleona McNamara, and the goal from Lorraine O'Grady, vital.
Yeah, well, to be honest, the 15 girls, as I said to them in the Gunlow last night, are blessed to hold that 1-15 jersey, because, you know, we've Cleena and we've Danielle and Lorraine, and, you know, Emer Rogers hasn't even been played yet, and she was county under 16 captain last year, and she's waiting in the wings there to make her debut as well, and Danielle Sheedy and a few more who are itching to play. So we have a huge squad, and, you know, many of your listeners might know we're down 4 Munster medalists and 4 county medalists from 2 years ago off our panel this year, and, you know, many other team might have just taken a backward step and maybe turn this year into development year and maybe concentrate and maybe win a senior B and come back that way. But that's not our thinking. We're here to win, we're here to go all the way, and I know it's not going to be easy, but I would imagine today will put us into a semi-final, and we're absolutely delighted, and we're going to give this hell now in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I suppose, David, we're not going to delay you too long. Look, at the end of the day, a great victory, 2-12 to 8, but again, at the end of the game, you know, you'll always be looking for something to have a go at the girls next week, and I suppose the concession of the 2 late goals probably put a gloss on the scoreline for Newmarket, that maybe, you know, their second half performance, you know, they'll always fight to the end. It probably makes the score a bit more respectable.
It does. I thought we were, if that game finished 10 points in the second half our way, I thought we were full value for that 10 points, to be honest, and that's not being biased or big-headed or anything. I just thought in the first half we kind of got sucked into their game a bit too much and got too crowded and went away from what we were trying to do, and just said to the girls at half time, just do what we are doing all along, don't concentrate on what they're trying to do, play the wings, play our corners, run at them, run through the middle, take our scores, and just be yourselves. And I thought that second half, that was us, that's what we're about. Lots of work, lots of heart, but no little class. Then, you know, some of the scores we got were fantastic and well worked, and we're absolutely delighted.
Yes, Pat.
I just think now that with a week off before we play Kilmaley, it gives injuries, gives the team a chance to rest, and then maybe do a hard weekend next weekend. And you're looking now at preparing for a semi-final, because the winners of the Kilmaley, one of those are going to knock each other out.
Yes.
So I think now we're in the semi-final, whether we're first or second, it's going to be through Kilnamona after today, one or other.
Yeah.
But I think you're in, even though we have to play Kilmaley, you're nearly in preparation mode now for county semi-final at this stage. I know you have to beat Kilmaley.
And I know you won't be going there. I know you'll be taking one game at a time, David.
Well, I do, and to be honest, I think Pat's been a bit generous to the girls with 1 week's hard training. I think there's 2 or 3 weeks hard training coming, to be honest with you. But look, Kilmaley could be still fighting for their lives on the 30th or the 16th of October, and we might still have a bit of work to do to top this group, but I don't think it really matters who you play in the semi-final. You know, Truk and I are exceptional teams, so there's a toss of a coin really. So we're looking forward to watching that one, but we still may have a bit of work to do ourselves to secure a top spot and that kind of stuff. But we're
David, finally, though, David, one aspect of the Scariff we're going to play. You said you have so many young players, debutants. They're learning their craft, but they're learning it very, very quickly.
They are. Like today, we started with 4 county minors in our forward line. I don't think any club can boast of that amount of great players, young players in their squad. And it goes back to the point that, you know, we could have let down at the start of this year. Who wouldn't want Aoife Power and Marion Rogers inside in their forward line? Who wouldn't want Holly and Aisling in the full back line or the half back line? You know, they're outstanding hurlers. And we had a decision to make when I first came here. I knew it was going to be a semi-rebuild, and I knew there was going to have to be blooding, but never talked about anything else, only winning to these girls. And to be honest with you, they're so used to winning when they're 16 and minors now at this stage. To be honest with you, I don't even have to talk about winning. It's bred into them and they know it inside out.
I think we have to play a compliment today to the management team.
We have indeed.
It was a tough ask coming in, not knowing the players. They have, I know from what the work David has put in and the people he's brought with him, there's great credit due to the management team to have come here 3 matches in a row, 6 points, taken out Newmarket. There was a lot of hurt after last year from Newmarket, and they come in today and they put Newmarket back in the box, and not being rude about it, but they did it and did it well. And fair play to David.
And I suppose, David, the one thing, the benefit of the league without the county players was very, very. I know you alluded to the first day after the match here against Kilkishen, but you learned an awful lot about your players, because they all got games, which has been more than beneficial now. You play without the county players, and then they came back. They bring their own energy when they come back. But look at. There's a tremendous positive vibe around the group, and you know you get the buzz. You're bringing it, and your team are bringing it to the training. And what's going on in training, David, is being transferred to the match day pitch.
Oh, without a doubt, we are pushing these girls to their limits, and you know, they've responded. And you know, sometimes an outside person can come into a group, and maybe the response is not there when you're on top of them all the time, and you're roaring at them, and you're encouraging them, and you're trying to drive them on. But I've 24 girls over there who will give me everything, and I know that. And look, I promise the girls one thing, I can make no promises. You know, I don't know how this year is going to turn out yet, but one thing is for certain, we're going to die with our boots on in that field, and we're not going to do anything else other than that. And thanks very much.
David, thank you very, very much. And Pat, again, as you said, that's the influence of the management, transferring to the players, and you said great credit due to all.
Great credit due to them. And look at, they can reassess now, and I know David wants to beat Kilmaley.
There's no doubt about that.
He left that clear. But at the same time, if you have an injured player now, you're not under pressure to play out the next day. You can give him a chance to recover.
Exactly.
And that's what Susan Vaughan needs, a good match again now. She will improve. I think, Amy will improve more. First touch, getting it up. Abby has to learn that maybe she doesn't have the physique yet to take on players like what she has at intermediate or at minor or on the what she had on 16. Move the ball faster. The younger players need maybe to move the ball because they don't have the physical strength, especially if they come up against any Kilmore and those. That's what you have to be thinking of now. You have got to think that it's there now.
Yes, exactly. And there's no doubt about that. Pat, as always, your analysis on the button, as always, you've gone through it at the very, very top, and we thank you for your contribution here, as you did the last day. We thank our production team here in Father McNamara Park, especially Luke Fleming. We thanks to Jim for his kind words, and also to Pat down in Dr. Stewart Park in Ogunlo. Unfortunately for Fecal Kilkenny, they didn't get the points. Scariff Ogunlo marched to the top of the group with 6 points on a victory here of 2 goals and 12 to 2 goals and 8. Here from Father McNamara Park in a broadcast brought to us with Derek Credit Union and our outside broadcast sponsored by Michael Long Construction. So for all that remains, it's from Leo Dial from Father McNamara Park. It's Ben O'Day and it's back to our new man in the studio, very important to us, Shane Fahey. Over to you, Shane.
See you, lads. Thanks.